Harold had received some very, very significant injuries during the assault by Paul Top, which ended up with Harold being taken into hospital. Sadly, Harold had injuries that couldn't be operated on, and he was surrounded by his family that love him dearly, and they were able to spend some time with him before he sadly passed away. Harold's account that he gave to us in the hospital bed was absolutely instrumental in convicting Paul Topham. It was a very, very powerful piece of evidence that we were able to show the jury, where Harold was able to recount exactly what had happened to him. I would describe Harold as a very strong, very active 94-year-old male. Showing the impact that the assault had had on him as an individual was a very, very powerful piece of evidence. Paul Topham tried to use an excuse of voluntary intoxication, in that he'd taken lots of alcohol and illegal drugs prior to committing the offence against Harold. Obviously, voluntary intoxication isn't a defence, particularly in these circumstances, and we were able to gather a lot of evidence to show that actually, whilst he may have been slightly intoxicated, it wasn't enough to stop him from doing what he did, and that he was acting quite normally and rationally. CCTV evidence showed that Paul Topham was able to get himself from Birmingham all the way to Wolverhampton. He appeared to be a man on a mission on the CCTV, gaining entry into the location where Harold lives, and was able to commit a burglary against him, where sadly he was disturbed by Harold. During being disturbed, had the opportunity to remove himself from that premises on a number of occasions and chose not to, and chose to assault Harold, which sadly led to his death. Thankfully for us, the jury saw through his lies. We have provided Harold's family with a lot of support. They've had a dedicated family liaison officer supporting them throughout the whole investigation and the trial process. Harold was a massive part of their life. They're clearly very, very upset by what's gone on and the very callous way in which his life was ended. I'm hoping that the conviction brings some degree of closure to the family and can help them getting their lives back to some sense of normality after such a massive loss to them.